cases. The one case that really kind of jumped out to me, probably more than anything else that I had seen that you were talking a little bit about, was the West Memphis Three.
Mm-hmm.
And is that kind of something that, have you been approached on some of these other cases to where you are, they don't have, I wouldn't think that West Memphis is really, rolling in money. But is that kind of like a case that, when you watch things on TV and stuff as well, that you're
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, listen, I have this, we're willing to give it a shot. Is that something that is, I'm not trying to open you up for that kind of a world, but
Yeah.
on certain cases, JonBenet Ramsey, those type of things.
Yeah. Well, if you think about across the United States, the really huge ones, O.J. Simpson and JonBenet Ramsey and uh, the Black Dahlia, those kind of
Mhm.
cases. Um, the interesting thing about West Memphis 3 is the defendants, the three teenagers, there's one in particular named Damian Eccles,
Mhm.
and he has, ever since he was released from prison, he has been trying to get his name cleared. Well, I don't even know how the MVAC was brought into it, but somehow or another they got pushing. They learned about the MVAC, and they thought, you know what? Let's see if we can get some funding together, and let's see if we can get some of the evidence that, like the shoelaces that tied up the young boys, their clothing,
Right.
the sticks that was pushed their clothing and stuff down into the mud in that drainage ditch. They thought, you know what, the best way that we could possibly get our name cleared is to test this test this evidence for DNA. And by far the best system that's going to do that is going to be the MVAC. And so we found out that they were actually pushing the Arkansas Attorney General to and the courts to allow them to do this private testing, and they specifically wanted the MVAC to be used on the evidence. And so once they actually announced that, and they pushed it in the court documents, then that's when we kind of found out about it, because we started getting inundated with all of these calls and information requests, and we're like, what are you talking about? I had honestly had not even really known much about the West Memphis Three prior to that, but we've kind of got pulled into it. I've been on a number of podcasts, and it's crazy. I'll tell you, the the amount of polarizing, well, of the people that know about the West Memphis Three, they are in guilty and not guilty, and there's very, very few people that are like in between.
Mhm.
And so, if you're talking about making any kind of waves in that case, on one side or the other, man, it is just the episodes that I've done with guests that have specifically talked about the West Memphis Three. Um, like I had a friend named George Jared. So his last name is Jared. How amazing is that? Same spelling too. He actually took me out to the crime scene where it actually happened, and he's written extensively about it.